Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Well, that's one of the more enjoyable sounds on the radio is touchdown Red Raiders. And hopefully we'll have 7 or 8 of those tonight. Time will tell on that. This is Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby, starting Optimum Game Day Live. And if you'll notice, the Thetford of Thetford and Ashby is not here today. We'll get into more of that later. David's going to call in a little while, and we'll visit with David. He is alive and well. And, really recovering rather well from his hiccup. You know, life throws you some curveballs every now and then. And David had a curveball last week and had if there's such thing as a mild stroke. I mean, he had a stroke, and it was scary. But I don't let him get into the details and tell you how he's doing. But he's doing remarkably well. I'll put it that way. And like I say, he will be on the show at the 10 o'clock, I think the 10 o'clock hour. And we'll be joined by Robert Giovannetti at 10 o'clock. And to my right is Chois Woodman. And we always enjoy Chois. Those of y'all get to hear Chois during the week. He's one of the many fine, what do you call radio guys?
That's about right. That's all.
What's a fancier name than radio guys?
I think radio guy covers it pretty good.
One of the
sports talkers. I don't know.
Sports talkers. There you go. But we're glad to have him. Appreciate him filling in for David today, and could not be happier to have you here, Choice.
I'm glad to be here. I always enjoy doing it with you guys, but wish it was better circumstances.
Yeah.
But good to hear David's doing well right now.
Yeah. Well, I haven't talked to him since last night, and he hadn't been sleeping much, so I hope he sleeps till 10 o'clock and then comes on.
That'd be good.
Because I don't know about you, but I require sleep. We are starting, Choice, our 17th year today. We start our 17th year.
17.
Yeah.
God.
They haven't all been on this station.
Right.
A lot of them have, but in fact, most of them have. Probably 15-ish of them.
Yeah, I'd say, 09 was when y'all started here?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
10? Okay, 10. The station launched in 09, and 2010 is when y'all came over.
Yeah, and if y'all enjoy the show, you can thank Brad Moran and Chuck Hines, because they're the ones that recruited us, and we really didn't think it was a possibility 16 years ago, probably 15 years ago for this.
Did they take you out to like a fancy dinner? What was the recruiting process?
I don't even think that restaurant's around anymore. It was over on University.
Okay.
And of course, the station was over on University, and I don't think the restaurant's still around anymore. But it wasn't like Double Nickel or Las Brisas or the fancy country club. It was just a place. And anyway, but we appreciate them doing it because we wanted to be part of the Texas Tech network, and we've been Texas Tech ever since at Double T 97.3. It was 104.7, I think.
4.3.
Okay, 104.3.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've picked up on this. I don't get caught up in all the.
Oh, I've never noticed. Never.
So 104.3 for several years.
Yeah.
And then but anyway, our very first show, which would have been, I guess, 16 years ago last week, was over at the Overton. Just like our buddy Gus. Last night, they started doing it over at the Overton. That's where our very first one was.
That's kind of crazy because the Overton doesn't feel like a hotel that's 16, 17 years old.
Well, this would have been, because this was before we even came over here.
Yeah.
So that would have been 16 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's probably pretty new, if I had to guess.
I bet it was.
And I think we did it I haven't been over to see Gus and them, but I think we did it at the same little cubby hole, little corner that they're doing it at now. So I might be wrong, but I ought to swing by after the game tonight and see them.
My dad in college used to live in the tech ghetto over about where the Overton was. Like, you tell me. I remember when I first started coming to games, I mean, both my parents went to tech, and I was raised on tech everything. So I remember, I don't know, 90s and early 2000s, that area, how different it was back then compared to what it is now. It's just
Well, the reason, David, I even have a show is because of Jack Dale, and I said that on Jack's show one time, Sports Talk, I think it was called.
Yeah.
I said something about the tech ghetto. Now, Gary, don't be. I said, well, that's just what they call it.
That was.
Well, I don't think as he drove in, there was a little plaque that says tech ghetto.
It wasn't like the overhang that says
it wasn't
you're
out where
entering.
Delbert and Carolyn McDougall's statue is. There wasn't a little tech ghetto sign there. But it was pretty well known as the tech ghetto.
That's what they called it, right? Yeah.
And I'll tell you the truth, I used to check roll at Oakwood Baptist Church Sunday morning with Delbert McDougall, my father-in-law, and I would check the little ones. And then we'd go get in the car, and they'd go drink coffee, and I'd just drink water, and we'd drive around and talk. And I remember Delbert talking about what he was going to do down there.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. There's no way that's going to work. And then you look over today, and you just thankful people have visions.
Yes.
Because that's a dramatic difference. And the Texas Tech scene is the fact that that's not the tech ghetto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite different, and man, it's beautiful. It adds to it.
All right, we had no show last week, so there's nobody to thank for being on last week. But the week before, we had James Morton, which is Barron's dad.
Yeah.
And now I'll be darned if Barron didn't go up and get his leg rolled up. And I thought, oh, good God, that poor kid just flat can't buy a break. First half of the first game, but he has bounced back, and I've said he's going to be in the Heisman. What he's doing right now is not going to get him in the Heisman race. But if we keep winning, they've got to figure out why we keep winning, and he's going to be one of the main reasons that we keep winning. So,
yeah, I've seen those Heisman lists rolling around, and I've only seen one person with him in a top 10 so far. But that award is synonymous with winning, and at this point, it's really a quarterback award.
Yeah.
So quarterbacks on winning teams, but he's putting up full game stats in the first halves of games the last two times out. So it'll be interesting to see when he gets some more play today how that goes, because I think he is maybe the most underrated quarterback currently in the country.
Without a doubt. And I don't know why, because,
I don't either.
On injured bodies, he has gone out last year and the year before and competed at a high level. His winning percentage is wonderful. And this year he's got the pieces around him, I think, that can, one, keep him healthy, and two, allow him to win and get some of the credit that I think he's due. Because let me tell you, fans, and he'll have a bad game, or he'll throw a bad pass and all that. But for goodness sakes, back that kid, because he has stood behind us and hung in there and all, and couldn't be prouder to have him as our quarterback, because he has been a Red Raider. You see the pictures of him when he's little bitty wearing his Texas Tech stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's always wanted to be here. And don't think for a minute in this NIL world that we live in that he couldn't have left for a lot of money, because he could have. So
I can tell you with pretty strong certainty that he has had multiple SEC offers to head elsewhere. Yeah. And people, I don't understand why he doesn't get the attention. I don't think he necessarily cares whether he gets the attention as long as
he doesn't seek it.
As long as you're winning. That's what he cares about, and this team should do a lot of that this year.
Yeah, I think without a doubt. So anyway, we got a 2:30 game today. Hope y'all plan on coming. Hopefully these clouds are supposed to come and give us a little shelter from the sun. I think it's supposed to be in the upper 80s. Mm-hmm. But it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day.
I'm good with the clouds as long as we keep any lightning away today. Yeah. I've had enough of that during football season.
Oh, golly. I don't think when we were young, lightning must not have been invented yet, because I don't think recall ever stopping an event because of lightning. I think we just took our chances. So
we're just dodging lightning back then, right?
I guess we were, because and I don't believe I know a soul that's been hit by lightning, but I understand.
That's good.
The day of lawsuits and all that you best take care of. Do what's safe.
Yeah.
And what is the distance? Like 7 miles or something?
It varies per place. I think at the high school level it's 8, so I'd assume it's around that here. So I don't know. 8 miles. That's one of the least favorite things for me to see. They have a little, when we're at a high school stadium, they have a little like light pole with a flashing light that turns on as soon as the lightning's within 8 miles, and then you got to clear the stadium. And
well, all right. Our lightning rods, do they work? And if they do, why don't we around every stadium stick one on each end outside the stadium and just let the lightning hit the lightning rod, and everybody else go on about their game?
I assume they work. I just don't know how high they have to be up to work, because if you're putting something the size of a skyscraper outside of a stadium, probably not worth it. But
yeah,
I have no idea.
For that one game every 2 years
like
that you have to wait a little while. But anyway, we're not going to have lightning today, folks.
No, we're not.
These clouds aren't going to.
I don't know why I even spoke it.
You could gather them all up, and they couldn't create a whole lot today. So I just hope they come and get in front of the sun. That's my goal. I am on the west side. You know, I spent 10 years on the east side, or 15 years on the east side.
Yeah.
And that's a tough gig on day games. And
it is. Half my family, the in-laws, half sits on the east side, and on the west side, and my family sits on the
You're taking
east
care
side.
of the in-laws, are you?
I'm not. They're taking care of themselves. It's split, though.
Well, it's going to take some getting used to these, game day live. They're real short segments.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a little getting used to, but we'll just do the best we can, because David handles a lot of the live spots and all that and does a wonderful job, and he takes pride in it. I love our advertisers, and I will back them to the hilt, but David is like a number one 5-star radio advertising guy. We'll be right back.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Okay, we're back. You people on TV had a little bonus during the break. Got to watch Choice eat a burrito, and those of y'all on the radio got to hear what goes on during the breaks. And we're not going to punish Curtis, even though in the last 16 years he's the only. No, we've had 2 people. But Curtis is one of the 2 people that has stiffed us on not coming in. And last night he was so excited to come in. But you know how you get out sometimes, Choice? You get out every now and then, don't you?
Oh, I wouldn't. I have 4 kids. I don't get out.
You don't get out much. But
not much.
You're kicking your heels up. And
occasionally.
A lot of things sound good at night.
Yep.
And then you wake up the next day and they don't sound quite as good. So we gave it 50-50 that Curtis would come out here today, and in the bottom 50 wound up winning.
I think he found out that Thetford wasn't going to be here and it was going to be me, and Curtis like, I'm not going. I'm out.
Well, he is a big David fan. So real quickly, it's an abbreviated show, so we'll have abbreviated live spots, which we have when I'm here and David's not anyway, but we had our burrito. That burrito Choice was eating, advertising for All-American Eatery.
It was good.
Out there at 89th Street and Highway 87. Abel just does a wonderful job out there. And Bednars and Associates, Daryl, Bunny, Blake, Brittany, all the little Bednarses out there at 125th and Quaker. We brag on how they handle the farmers and all that insurance, but they can handle any kind of insurance. So 771-1883. Go see our friends at Bednars and Associates. And if you've been many places around sporting events, you've seen Fuddruckers out catering. Well, they've got a great location out there on Milwaukee, and just the world's best burger. And if you don't have the world's best burger, it's your own fault, because you can dial it up the way you want it, and it's fresh bread daily, fresh meat daily, and then you go dial it up and make it the world's best hamburger. All right, anyway, John Cardinal Tony and Best baby boy John is out in Phoenix, Scottsdale, at Troon, I think it's Troon North, playing in the Mid-Am, the U.S. Mid-Am. And for those that don't know what the Mid-Am is, it's a pretty darn big deal.
Mm-hmm.
There are 264 competitors in it, and 6,000 people tried to get there. John qualified down at Escondido. I'm sure those of y'all that are friends of the Cardinals can figure out. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to try and figure out how to follow it. You can follow it online. I'd say Google Mid-Am, Troon Country Club Mid-Am. And anyway, there's only 18 Texans in it this year, and John is one of them. So we wish John Cardinal the best of luck out there. Let's see. What else we want to talk about? This is our first time out at the stadium, and we don't always have great weather, but we got Curtis.
We get Curtis.
All right, Curtis.
Yes.
We appreciate you being on today.
John's
I know you
got a little better golf. John's got a little better golf game than we do.
Oh, good gosh. Yeah.
In case you hadn't noticed.
And I have noticed. And the thing is, Curtis and I used to be decent athletes back in our day, and it amazes me that the golf just never.
72 and 70 years old kind of changes things, doesn't it?
I guess it does, but golf's never been my thing. And people started making an assumption that, I bet you can golf. No, I can't. I played with Chois, and he knows, and then Curtis is part of our group, so he knows too. But anyway, we appreciate you coming on because we had an enjoyable conversation last night, and I learned some things about some different people. And, one of them is I want to be sure we have time to talk about Angel Berlingeri, who was a teammate of Curtis's. Angel passed away a couple of weeks ago, and Curtis had some good Angel talk.
He was just really a wonderful guy. He was my first roommate. Like me, him, Tommy Donovan, Comet Burley, let's see who else, Rufus Myers. We had a lot of good play. That was a really good class, and he was just a class guy, just a wonderful guy. And I really hated to see him go.
Well, what a unique bunch y'all had in that first year, that recruiting class.
Yeah, Jim, Coach Carlin, they knew how to recruit. He would, I learned later on that every coach has his own territory. And so I think Coach Conley had Dallas. He got Andre Tillman, who's All-American, of course, and then, who had us? Richard Bell had West Texas. I forgot who had San Antonio. Long story short, Jim had a rule that whatever territory you had to land 3 blue chippers. So, which was tough. And those guys would go out and beat on doors and beat on us, actually, make sure that we came to Tech. So anyway, he was pretty good, great recruiter, actually, when you look at all those good teams that they put together.
Well, in this world of NIL, what would you be worth back then?
Oh, maybe $20, $25. I don't know. So that's about what we got. That was I think we got $15. We got $15 laundry money.
Well,
that was about it.
A lot of people are opening up more about what they actually got, and were you? Did they sort of help y'all out a little bit? Or can you say?
Yeah, you're putting it in a very nice way. Very gracious way there, Jerry. Yes, they did.
Help a brother out.
Andre drove a 442 Oldsmobile. Harold Buell had a Chevelle SS. for some odd reason. Let's see. Yeah, we had these envelopes on Friday afternoons, and we'd sell our tickets. We got 6 tickets, and somehow they got sold for a really good price.
Okay. Well, that seems fair.
So, and then of course A&M and Texas, good Lord, they were throwing it around. Of course, SMU got busted. So, but yeah, it was. There's not near as many zeros.
No, but, not as there is nowadays.
I remember Gene Stallings wanted me to come visit A&M. So I'd taken 5 visits. I was either going to go to OU or Tech. And it was a week before signing. And so he wanted me to come visit. And A&M had just started allowing women were going to be allowed that year.
They didn't even have women on campus.
Oh my gosh. No. And I said, Coach,
how did they ever recruit?
I want to go somewhere where there's girls. And he said, we're going to have them this year. Blah, 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 blah. So I just, you're 18 years old, you're intimidated, excuse me. And so I just said, Coach, I don't want to come to A&M. And he said, does your mama have a washer and dryer? So he was going to throw my mom a washer and dryer to come that day. So anyway.
Well, she got a washer and dryer, Coach, but she doesn't have a Cadillac.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the way it was back then.
Wow. Well, I
think NIL is ruining college sports.
Well, I was going to get your opinion on that.
My opinion is I think these kids should be compensated, but I think it should be a straight across the board, X amount of dollars, whether it's $2,000 a month or whatever it is a month. But these exorbitant deals that they're making, and you know as well as I do, there are a lot of 5-star flops out there. And all of a sudden they've been given all this money and they don't turn out to be what they were projected to be. And then you've got these kids that beat them out actually, and they're not making that kind of money. It's such an imbalance. Like I said, I wish it was an X amount across the board that was livable, that would give a kid still get a good education and be able to go take a girl out on a date or something, but not.
Well, be able to go home and see your family and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this stuff is just nuts now, in my opinion. Yeah.
So. Well, do you have a way to fix it?
No. I sure get rid of the NCAA.
Yeah,
that's what needs to be done. In my opinion, they just jumped out and just threw this out, but it almost seems like without any thought.
Hey, Curtis, we're fixing to take a break. Can you hang with us through the break?
You bet. No problem.
All right. Well, we'll be back, in just a second. And until we go, I'll get another live spot in Golf USA. Stacy Nix and the bunch out there. Here's the rough thing is David had just bought him a brand new set of clubs. Hadn't got them in yet. And now I don't know how long it's going to be before he can get out there and play them, but it gives him something to look forward to.
That's a goal.
All right, we'll be right back.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Okay, we're back. Robert Giovannetti, Chois Woodman, and we're about to have from his bedside, I think, David Thetford. David, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and you sound great. Did you sleep last night?
I did sleep, and yesterday.
Oh, that's great.
We're not back on TV.
Okay.
Look, he can't help himself. You're supposed to be resting and relaxing.
All right. Well, do a couple of live spots like West Texas State Bank.
All right. This is down home friendly, I'll tell you that. In the line that John Chris said that I think was so great, he goes, "We look for a reason to make you the loan, not a reason not to." And I love that attitude.
Well, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And a great bunch of folks, too.
Yeah, great. But Jimmy Carmichael, former Red Raider quarterback, is the loan officer there. And Chris Comer, president of the bank. It's really a great 72nd and Slide. And they're about to move to 29th and Slide here shortly.
Okay, you got anything else you wanted to talk about? Or?
Yeah, I wanted to mention that Rod Blackburn and Tanya Blackburn. Last week at the game, Rod went down and he passed away.
At the game?
At the game. And Stacy Clark, my second cousin, guards that area of the stadium or whatever she does there. She's been there a long time. And she was right there with them when it happened. And it was very tragic. And Rod was a dear friend for a long, long time and an absolutely wonderful guy and a huge Red Raider fan.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give a shout-out to Coach Joey McGuire because in this press conference, he mentioned Rod Blackburn and talked about him. And, what a class guy Joey McGuire is.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, and David, we're going to do a moment of silence today for Rod. We'll have his picture on the video board.
Oh, wow.
That is so awesome, Jill. Thank you for doing that. I did want to give you a shout-out and a compliment. We played Christian music during the game last week.
Yep, we're mixing it all up.
I wasn't there, but my little granddaughter was dancing to it, which is probably not appropriate.
Well, I think if there's any music,
little Baptist girl,
only if you're a Baptist,
yeah. Okay, sorry.
Well, we're following that Christian music up today with too short. You might play a little too short when you get off the.
Yeah,
we got a little something for everybody at Jones.
Little something for everybody. That's exactly right.
The flower was great. The flower was great in game 1. I didn't get to go to game 2 because I was taking a shower.
We had a C5. I think it's a C5. It's a 77-yard wide wingspan. It was just going to dominate the stadium, but they needed a 1,500-foot cloud level, and we were at 700, so they couldn't fly.
Well, and the one they had last game, they flew over here.
I thought that too, but everyone told me that where I was sitting that they went over.
Everybody over there saw it, and it was on the screen, so I saw it.
Right.
But if you're up on the west side in the club area, it was you heard it. And you took it for granted it happened because it was on the video board. But they couldn't come over the stadium for some reason.
Well, somebody told me that they did. I was up in the press box, so I didn't see it either. But somebody told me they actually did fly over the stadium. That I was just, as I was critiquing, they were like, well, that critique is not accurate because they did fly over the stadium.
Well, whatever game I texted you.
That was the same game.
Okay.
So you and I both missed it. But
one of us.
We got a pretty cool one today, don't we?
Yeah, we have.
What is it?
We have two
crop dusters.
2 Chinook helicopters.
Oh.
Flying over.
Oh, that'll be fun.
3 of the 4 pilots are Red Raiders, and so
awesome.
We're looking forward to that today.
All right, super.
That'll be great.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah,
all right, David.
Everybody's
wondering about your health, and I didn't get into any details. I was going to let you do that, but you had a hiccup this week.
It's on September the 3rd. I had a little. My left hand started not working right, and I thought that doesn't seem appropriate. So I had to go get Jan at the airport at 5:30. So I thought, well, I'll just go out there. And then I realized when I tried to stand up, my left leg wasn't working. So anyway, I ended up having a mild stroke. Ended up at Covenant, then at South Plains Rehab, and I just got back to my house yesterday. But I'm doing good. Everything's back. My arm and hand have been good for a long time, and my left leg is about 80% right now.
All right.
I'm doing really well. They took great care of me.
And left leg just keeps getting better?
Yeah, left leg is better and better and better. And it kind of feels numb, and so you got to take the time because it's not staying up as good as the other one.
Well, we're going to give you another week off next week to get healed up.
Yeah. That'll be good.
David,
I appreciate Chois sitting in today. And Chois said earlier that nobody was in charge of the NCAA. I thought Cody Campbell was.
Well, he's as close as anybody.
And I'd be all for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be as close as anybody. Hey, I told you you're naked and in the shower. Do you want to finish that story?
that's why I wanted to hear the rest of that story.
No.
Okay.
They observe you, make sure you can take a shower. And in fact, the last day that I was there, this guy came in and he goes, well, you want to take another shower? And I said, no, I don't want to take another shower. I'm not taking a shower. Well, for you? They don't really pay that much attention to you, but
Hey,
welcome to Texas Tech.
There's some beavers.
And what's going on out there at the stadium? Is the parking lot full?
It's not full, but it's filling in.
Well, Gio's stretching it a bit.
Well, that's my job.
There are a couple of tents set up out there. It will be full.
It will be full, for sure.
Be full.
It's sold out. Game's sold out. We expect a huge student turnout.
2:30 is a good time for a game.
Great time, and it's a great.
11 is always going to suck.
11 o'clock's not great. How about for Utah next week? They'll be at 10 o'clock there when they kick off.
We like that there.
Yeah.
Are we morning people, though?
I think, well, I think we're all about the same morning people, and I think, I don't know if they have a rabid student fan base or not, but how rabid are they going to be at 10 in the morning?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I think
we're about to find out.
We've had some. I think our last 3 11 a.m. games have been pretty monster victories. So
Let's go with that.
I think we can lean on that.
10 a.m.
It's early. Chancellor Hance called me, former Chancellor Hance, Chancellor Emeritus, called me yesterday to say, that can't be right, can it? That they're playing that early in Utah? And I said, yes, sir. That's correct.
Can't be right. Well, I thought that same thing, 11 o'clock game. I go, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was doing the math.
That's on the West
math in my
Coast.
head, and I was like, all right, let me do this. But, yeah, 10 a.m.
Well, anyway. David, what do you want to talk about, buddy?
Well, I listened to Curtis. It was great to have Curtis on the show. And some people that you know Curtis today, you might have thought he had brain damage, but he's always been that way.
Yeah.
He's always been a little crazy. Curtis was at Monterey with Gary and I. In fact, I was 71 grad, he's 72, and Gary's 73. But Curtis he's a great athlete and a great Plainsman and Red Raider and Redskin.
And Redskin, yeah, he had a great career. Did you play for the Buccaneers also?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that was where he started.
Yeah, he played the Super Bowl with the Redskins, right?
0-26.
That's not great.
Yeah.
Well, he was hard-nosed player, right? Just a tough guy.
Yeah.
I mean, how he's with you guys, like in the hallways, but.
Joe, you talked about the Rawls course, and Gary and I have played out there, and we do see the fairways when we're driving from one rough to the other.
Yeah.
You're like, man, these are nice when I'm driving over.
Well, their fairways are unprecedented, and their rough is pretty much unprecedented because they're fixing to have a big college women's tournament out there, and they just like to show off their rough. Don't wander off the fairways, what they're trying to say.
And, I don't know if you guys know Bammer very well, but he has zero empathy. So I'll say something to him like, I lose too many golf balls out there. And he's like, hit it straighter.
Yeah,
hit it
straighter.
Hit it in the fairway. So
take a lesson.
I mean, if you hit it like 2 club lengths off the fairway, good luck. So, hit it straighter.
The game within the game when you're at Rawls is do you find more balls in the rough than
I find a lot,
you start
for
with?
sure.
So
all right, I'm going to share my idea, and I gave it to the folks out there that they really should just sell Titleist ones, make everybody play a Titleist one, and that way when you hit the ball in the rough and you go over there,
yes,
and you find a Titleist one, say, here I am, and play on.
There you go.
It's funny. One time I was, when I can't remember what hole it is. I think maybe it's 11 that goes by 18. And I hit a ball way right, and I was looking, and there was another guy in 18 looking for his ball, and he picks one up, and he said, Pro V1 to me, and I was like, sure. Yeah, I mean, like,
that's me.
I'll go hit that one.
Round and white.
Yes, it's white. So that was my golf ball.
Hey, let's do pick 'em real quick, David, while we got you on the phone. And we'll let Chois and Gio do it also. Rodney's already called his in from Hawaii. All right. We're going to whip through these.
You
Get
do
ready.
my picks? I don't have your picks either.
Well, I haven't done them yet.
All right,
I'll go
ready
first.
when you are.
A&M, Notre Dame. That's probably the game of the day.
That's
or one of the 2 or 3 games of the day. Notre Dame's favored by 6.5. I think I'll take the points. Gig 'em, Aggies. Or who you got, David?
I've got A&M.
All right. Gig 'em. Rodney has Notre Dame. Choice is taking.
I think Notre Dame wins the game, but I think the Aggies keep it close enough.
All right. And Gio can't do it, can he?
I can't, but I'll say this. Grow up in upstate New York like I do. You're a Notre Dame fan, so I'll go Notre Dame.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Florida, LSU. LSU minus 8.5. I'm going to take points again. Florida's got to be better than they're acting.
Well, they're bad right now.
I've got Florida.
All right.
Same here.
Who'd Rodney take?
Rodney took LSU.
Well, Rodney is contrarian today.
Oh, he is. I'm usually along with Rodney. All right, we're going to have to do this after we come back. South Florida, Miami ought to be a good game. Miami's favored by 18.5. I'm going to take the points again. All right. David?
I'm taking Miami.
Miami? All right. And Choice took South Florida, and Rodney took South Florida.
South Florida, man, they've been on a roll.
Georgia, Tennessee. This will be in one of the games of the day. Georgia's 6.5. I'm going to take the points again. I'm going to take Tennessee. David?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Choice took Tennessee. Rodney took Tennessee. I should have taken Georgia. Hey, we'll be right back and finish this up.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Okay, I know a lot of y'all have already had your roof roofed, and but a lot of you haven't. And if you haven't, call our friends at RoofWise, and I'm going to give you their phone number. No, I'm not. Just look them up. But anyway, they did my mother-in-law's. We're tickled to death with the job they did on my mother-in-law's roof and all. If you'll sick your mother-in-law on them, you'll give anybody.
They must be pretty good, yeah.
They must be pretty good because there's nobody I care for more than my mother-in-law. So anyway, RoofWise, and then Connecticut, Keith Peel, our buddy over there. We started that a few weeks ago. Hey, it treats your pipes better. It treats your lawn better. It treats your body better. You owe it to your body to use Connecticut. All right. David, you still there?
I am still here.
All right, let's finish this up real quick on the pick'em. We got Utah, Wyoming, which we got a lot of interest in that. See exactly how good Utah is. Utah's given 22.5.
Yep.
And once again, I'm going to take the points. I'm going to hope Utah's not 22.5 points better than Wyoming. Although Wyoming's not the Wyoming we played a couple of years ago, but I'm going to take Wyoming.
All right. Well, I'll take Utah.
All right. Rodney took Wyoming, and Choice.
I'm taking Utah. I think we're going to have 2 top 20 teams next weekend.
All right. Did you catch that fly?
I missed it.
Okay.
Utah had that big
Good
win
try.
over UCLA, which now doesn't look quite as good after what we've seen from UCLA the last couple.
Yeah,
of
that's
weeks.
what I'm thinking.
They got beat by New Mexico last night. So
Did they get beat?
Yeah, they paid New Mexico $1.2 million to come there out there to the Rose Bowl, and they got beat by them.
Let me tell you something. New Mexico played who? Michigan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A game. So New Mexico, they're not sisters of the poor right now.
Not right now.
Hey, there's Randy Golden, our buddy Randy Golden, back in town. So if you think you see Randy Golden today, that is him. All right, Oregon State at Texas Tech. And Oregon State, Tech's favored by 23.5. I may round that to 24 because I'm going to take Oregon State in the points.
You got to do it one way or the other.
All right, 23.5. That's what's written down. I think it's like 20. Curtis said it's like 27 last night. But anyway.
You took the Red Raiders, Thetford?
I can't hear y'all now.
Uh-oh.
Or you took Tech?
They're cutting out on me.
You can't hear us, you said.
Can you hear us now?
Can you still hear me, Gary? If you can, nod.
It's going to be really delayed for him.
We're going to wave. Everybody wave bye to David. David, enjoy your day, buddy.
Okay, I hear the nod.
All right.
Am I leaving?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
That's it on our picks.
Yeah, that's
Neil,
it.
Thanks for being there. Thanks for all you do. And Joyce, appreciate you sitting in.
David, get well.
You bet.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you soon. Do good.
Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em Tech.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. We got a chance to be 3-0 for the first time in like 5 years.
Yeah, I took
today.
I took Tech in the points. I think the only way you don't win this game by 4 touchdowns is if you are kind of overlooking towards Utah.
I know Oregon got beat last week, but it was a fluke. What, they have 3 bad snaps?
Yeah, they're down to their 3rd string long snapper.
Yeah, there was
but I bet he
some...
practiced this week.
Sure he did.
I mean, he didn't look like he practiced till last week.
I bet they held some open tryouts this week for.
And then they made some dumb decisions on top of that. When he made the one bad snap, the punter just tried to kick it off the ground. It was a comedy of errors. But I mean, when we scheduled this game too, a Pac-12 team that would have been pretty good, and they've been decimated by what's happened to the league, and it's unfortunate. It's sad what's happened to the Pac-12, but they'll come in here and play hard for sure.
But the Pac-12's going to have a league, aren't they?
They're kind of piecing it together.
Gathering up the troops.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. What else we got today besides too short?
We got the Raider walk at noon, and then too short will be at 12:30, and then Jamie Lent in the house, and then Pat Clancy in the house. And then the team will come out to the stadium, and then we'll open the gates at 1. And 2:15 we'll start the Spirit Show on the turf. We have such great partnerships. Stephanie, Bruce, Aaron with Spirit and Palm, and Mash Rider and Raider Red, and then Joel and Eric and with the band. It's so great working with those guys.
So is there something special today?
Jakeem Grant's going to ring the bell to start things off.
Nice.
So Jakeem's back in town to do that. Then we'll have the flyovers, and then hopefully we'll have we're going to recognize at halftime all of the championship teams last year at Texas Tech, and individuals as well, like individual awards. JT Toppin won Big 12 Player of the Year. Macy Blackburn won Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year in soccer. So we'll have them all on the field at halftime to honor them as well.
Awesome.
Super.
Yeah, a great year. Obviously, last year, eight Big 12 titles, most in a year we've ever had, most in the league last year. And
you're going to fill up the field with winners tonight.
We're going to have a lot of winners down there, yes, sir.
Without a doubt. So, anyway. All right, and anything else that we need to know about?
I don't know if I'm forgetting something. Should I be looking at this sheet of paper? I think I think just a great game, great atmosphere. The day game will tell you it's not going to be a drone show tonight, so we have to have darkness for a drone show, but we're ready to have another drone show after we had to miss.
No, we didn't rent the drones.
No,
are they
they're on standby with the company. They know. The company knows to get ready for us. We have a few little surprises on the video board that I don't know if we're going to dust them off today, or we might wait for conference play in a couple weeks. So we'll just let people know about some of that. Some things people have been asking me for years and years, and so we're going to do some of those.
The eggs? Are the eggs back?
Just a couple of different things that we're looking at.
I've been wanting. That was childhood me. I mean, when the Mike Leach days, I'm 10, 11, 12 years old. When
you remember
the masked rider would go through and shoot each conference egg. And
oh no,
you don't remember this?
And at the end, whoever we were playing, the horse would come down the ramp, and then the masked rider would be facing off with whoever we were playing, and the egg would be like shaking his hands, and the gun, the masked rider would then shoot him and blow him up. And that
so the egg would be dressed up today like an Oregon State.
It would just have
a beaver.
Yeah.
In their garb.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like a beaver, but in their garb. So anyway, we just got to, we're just trying to enhance the game atmosphere. I think, again, the great partnership we have. Talk with Joel, with the band all the time, and things we can do with them. And so we're just looking forward to it, try to keep moving on.
Or do you have to run that by somebody if you're going to shoot an egg?
No, we would have to run that by anybody.
Okay. I just wondering.
There are things.
Look at there.
I'm not trying.
Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby.
Look, just get him up here.
There goes Tanner Thetford.
There are some things we obviously have to run by people. That's not one of them.
Would you, Gio, what's your favorite, obviously besides the game itself, what's your favorite part of the game day
Probably when it's
experience?
That's pretty high.
Well, that too.
That's pretty high.
Should have eliminated that one.
Yes. I love the open, the beginning with the horse, the masked rider leading the team on the field. Just that, what we've done. Ryan Deedy on our staff has created this split double T on the field where the horse now runs down the middle of the field. I think that's cool. I think that.
Hey, the horse runs pretty good pace.
He's done pretty good the last couple of weeks, I think, for sure. I don't know if y'all have seen our drone fly through. Have you seen the drone fly through we did? We posted on social media.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we worked with Spirit and, again, the band, and they follow the horse on the field during darkness, and that's pretty good. And the horse, Sam Jackson is so phenomenal. He runs the horse program, and working alongside our Spirit team, and so that's my favorite part. I think if you're just going to count just the pageantry. Sure. I like when the band takes the field. I think it's cool because you realize, if you're on one side of the stadium and you've never been to a Tech game, you're like, oh, here comes the band. They're like, well, damn, they're coming out of both sides. That's a pretty big band, and it is a huge band. It's so just that part of it I really like.
Yeah, it'll give you chills.
For sure.
It's just sort of neat part of the deal. The rest of our day today on the TV and on the radio is going to be Chuck and Jamie will be here, the morning drive. I don't know if they call it the morning drive on Optimum Game Day Live, but
I think they still do.
I think they still do too.
All right, 11
it's
to
still
12.
in the morning for a little bit.
11 to 12, the morning drive guys. And then 12 to 1:30 is Clint and Rob into the bench and Tech Talk. And we were fortunate enough, Choice didn't have a gig today, that he agreed to come in here and hang with us, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, so you have to make some cuts, right, when you have the afternoon games and morning games?
That's right.
Yeah.
I get cut.
That's it.
They're actually doing me a favor.
It's like last week you guys got cut, right?
On 11 o'clock games.
Yeah, 11 o'clock you can't.
11 o'clock games we always get.
You've got a very truncated schedule.
Like next week, no sports talk with Thetford and Ashby.
Yeah. I think the cut is more in being generous to me to be able to get upstairs and go get some
There's
stuff
the guy right
done.
there, the white shirt
that's why I
across
was
there,
glad
Ryan
you
Deedy.
came.
That's the guy. He's the stud that runs all game days.
That's awesome.
We need to have him on one day.
We should. He would do it.
If you can drag him on. Won't just anybody show up for Thetford and Ashby.
Not just anybody.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.